Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today this is a bracelet that I made based on a photo that somebody had sent over to Reddit. Said they were looking for the pattern. A couple people tried to give examples of something that seemed maybe similar, but nobody could find the pattern itself, so I made the pattern. And yeah, it got a like after having posted it. I don't know if that's from the original person who saw it and liked the pattern, or just somebody else was like, cool. But yeah, so I made the pattern, and in order to make it like shareable now, I used YouTube's, they now call it posts. It used to be the community tab. So I shared it over there, so I'd have a link to be able to send it to the Redditor that had asked about it. Like I said, I don't even know if the original person even like appreciated it or whatever. I used kind of the same colors that they had, kind of didn't really think about the fact that it would look very much like a Halloween thing. But it's okay. It still turns out pretty cool. It went quick. It was less than an hour, but that seems about right because it's a 10-string bracelet. Also, 10-string bracelet doesn't, like, Mandy made a kumi for it, and it's pretty cool looking, but that's like typically not a good number for kumis. You have to really kind of tweak with the strings, so like how you do it to make that happen. But no, we've got a cool loop for it. As I was working, I had to like pull and shift it. You can see, like, even right now, starting to lean just a little bit to the right. There's little tweaks as I went along to make sure that that didn't happen. So I got a really nice straight bracelet out of it. But because of the way it changes directions, like where the thicker black part is, and the fact that it kind of bounces from side to side, it can lead to a bracelet getting really kind of wonky. And to control that, you just really, as soon as it starts, you know, just guide it back to being straight, and yeah, it'll be fine. You just can't keep going with it as it's making the mistakes and letting that, you know, become how it is, because that's how you get a really messed up bracelet, and there's nothing you can do about that if you let it get too far. So just kind of a heads up, if you're kind of new to this, you're wondering how that works, like, that's a thing. Did make a couple of mistakes while making this, nothing I didn't like pretty much instantly realize and undo. A lot of it had to do with the fact that on the edges, the black string has to bounce back inwards. The orange ones didn't matter, you can let them go straight. But there was a couple of times where I just wasn't paying attention. I had some YouTube videos playing, and then I made a mistake, and it was like, oh, picked it out, not a big deal. But it proves that even on a relatively simple pattern, distractions are distractions. You just, you know, it is kind of what it is. Oh, I kind of thought while I was making the pattern that the 3 in a row coming down was going to make those like how that little skinny stripe is in there. I kind of pictured it being that way, but it turns out, realistically, it's just so much easier to just do all 3 knots in a straight row with it. As a result, those 2 strings get used a bunch more than some of the other strings, but at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. Nothing was used so much that I had to worry about the tassels or any of that kind of stuff. So yeah, just something I kind of noticed as I was kind of going along, that yeah, it was definitely just faster, easier to do it that way. I have to say, for as thin of a bracelet as it is, it looks pretty cool. It's actually a fairly neat pattern. I am pondering the possibility of trying it out, see what happens if I try to make it where we don't have any of the right-left knots or the left-right knots, the ones that make the zigzag. just out of curiosity, see how different it would turn out. I'm not sure if I want to change the number of strings or just go ahead and let it be like this and see how that goes. I really haven't decided yet. But I am curious because that would make this a much more of a beginner friendly kind of bracelet than it is right now. Because right now, there's a lot of those zigzag knots in here. So yeah, I just kind of pondering it. If you're interested, let me know. Drop me a comment, and we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, I at one point thought, wow, I'm already almost done. That's awesome. But then I counted how many of the black things there were on the edge and realized that no, that was not the case. I needed to do quite a bit more. So yeah, that was probably what point you saw there where I was like counting it. I think I counted a few times in here, to be honest, but there was one time where I thought, yes, I'm at that point, it's almost done. And then it was like, no, that is not true. But that's okay. Yeah, these little stripes right here, like this little black stripe here, it's just easier to do it with the one string than to try to do it with 3 knots from the other strings. It just doesn't make sense to do it any other way. Oh, I don't know how the original person did this, but judging by how kind of wonky the sides are, it probably wasn't just the fact that they were having trouble with like adjusting it as they went along. I suspect that maybe they're the kind of people who clip it onto a water bottle or tape it down, because as it got further down, it was more of a mess. You'll notice I keep moving it closer to where the clip is, and that really helps to make sure that it comes out nice and straight as well. I know there's some people, like I even had somebody kind of tell me like, oh, they prefer to work with the water bottle and it's so much better for them. Honestly, it might be fine for now, but there's a few reasons why you kind of want to get used to using the clips. One of them is, as you get older, trying to squeeze a bottle between your knees and work on knots, not going to be so great. Secondly, as you work farther and farther away from the knot, things get sloppy. You can make your work look a whole lot better if you don't do that. With the clip, you can put it on an easel or something to hold it up in a way that you can have good posture. Good posture will help spare your back and having a lot of cramps and pains and things that comes with being a person that does this when you're a bit older. I know, I'm older. I've been doing this for more than 30 years. Oh, there was one of the mistakes. Yeah, just a single knot, but as soon as I did, I'm like, ah. But no, I've been doing this for a really long time, and I can tell you, like, if you get used to using the clips, you can move on to bigger things. You can make bags, you can make pillows, you can make giant 5-foot wide wall hangings. I know I did it. So I really am trying to help you guys out by telling you how to do it, so that way you don't have to suffer through all of the stuff that potentially comes with doing it the hard way. So there you go. It is a cute little bracelet. I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up putting it in my shop or not. I don't know, because it doesn't seem like it would be, you know, $10. It's so small. And then, like, you know, the cost of shipping and everything else, especially if I have to like send it to like the US or something, it's just kind of almost not worth it if I have to lower the price of the bracelet. I don't know. Maybe it'll be something I give away. Yeah. Oh, the video is going to end here in a little bit. Let me just quick thank my YouTube members who make all of this possible. I go through an awful lot of string, and it's their contribution that makes that happen, as well as the lights and the microphone and just all this stuff really comes down to my YouTube members helping me to get this channel off the ground. I don't know. I don't know, like, if there's gonna be like I've been thinking about a few other things I might try just to sort of break it up, make it more interesting, but well, I don't know. The cost of some of my ideas get expensive, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know. If I get a lot more members, maybe we can do some real exciting stuff with this. I really think that's about it, guys. We're right near the end of this bracelet. Looks like my hands are going even faster because I'm excited that it's almost done. Well, there we go. All right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.